I'll give you a quick intro about what this is about, okay, and then we'll see an actual workflow on play itself. I'll give you some context about what we're trying to do. So there is a whole process we generally follow, when you're running any campaigns, right? And generally it requires, let's say, outbound or ABM. So you need to build a list of people that you want to target. You want to build an account list based on the criteria that you want to target. And you want to like completely do research about prospects, get the email ID, phone number, like multiple things to reach out to them, right? Of course, you also want to do research about prospects. You want to do research about the company. You want to craft a message for that particular person, or as a company, you hold multiple people in the same company. Distribute also using another tool, right? So we're traditionally using tools like Hapalo. Earlier it was Zoom Info. There are plenty of tools in the market which does research. You can list using a lead builder based on the criteria that you want to build for, and you basically have to take the list and then write copy. Either you want to do a personalized copy, you do one-on-one copy, or you can do a bulk copy which is sent to a bunch of people, 1,000 people one copy or something like that, right? And that's the traditional way of doing stuff, right? And with the evolution of AI, you figured, I think, all of this can be done in a single click of a button. So that's the background. So research to revenue. Research from the moment you build a list, or you build a list using either the criteria you have, or you build a list based on some signals or intent, right? And so intent signals are, you don't know what kind of intent signals you look for. Most of us look for funding information because they have money. As soon as they raise money, right, they are probably hiring people. They're hiring marketing functions. They're hiring outsourcing marketing. They're hiring salespeople. They're hiring product. They're hiring for product engineering, right? So all of us who sell to IT, marketing, engineering, HR, or sales, and everybody, right? We sell to most of these functions. So this session we'll talk about how to automate this whole stuff and what we have done, of course, and based on our experience, basically research to revenue. Okay. The revenue in the sense, like, of course, you'll have to reach out and send email messages or create a campaign to reach out to prospect. Prospect, of course, has to reply, and then you schedule a call and then convert into a customer, right? But again, I'm not getting into the conversion part. I'm only making sure that you get a distribution, you get your distribution right, which is mostly personalized, with just a click of a button. That's the whole gist of the session itself. We help clients do SEO, content marketing, account-based marketing. We help companies with marketing automation. Of course, we help with paid media. So we do both Google and LinkedIn, and these are majorly the services we offer. We're not an outbound agency, but even though, of course, we do outbound, a lot of outbound for ourselves. Some of our clients include Atlin, Everstage, Lead Squared, Hyperverge, Flipfaces, Econ Systems, Vimo, Doximo. So why we are different? We are using AI now to most of our growth, and also for the clients' growth. They're very fast. We do things fast. We do landing pages. We build landing pages very fast with all the information with the use of AI. I'll also show you that we are also full funnel. Most of the reporting automated, most of the data enrichment, a lot of it is automated now. So we get the feedback faster from campaigns, and also make sure that we optimize campaigns faster. Some of the impact that we've created for a few companies, for especially for Atlan, we've been working with them since last 3 years. They're a big company now. We've been working with them since they're very small. So we've been content and SEO partners for them. So we grew their website traffic from less than 10K to more than 200K a month. And yeah, for Doximo, we did the entire website. I mean, 300% improvement for the website. They're converting at 0.7%. So we did the entire website. They started converting at 2.5. So we do a whole lot of copy related work, content related work, and also a lot of campaigns. Okay, this is a brief research, content creation, copy using AI and prompts, email distribution, automation with Make, LinkedIn distribution using Unipile, and finally Q&A. Yeah, just quickly go to the next slide. So the problems we solved. So you can basically, like Clay, you can do multiple ways where you can, let's say, do research and also add data. So what we have done traditionally is one is find signals. Okay, so for us, it's always about finding signals when somebody is hiring for a marketer, when somebody has raised money, Series A ideally and beyond, Series A ideally and beyond. And these are some signals we identify. So we bring those people in the funnel with use of Clear. And we also have a bunch of ICP criteria that we have. Okay, that's basically done using Lead Builder. So we all know how to use Lead Builder. So we have a criteria of, let's say, India 50 employees plus up to 500 employees. That's basically our criteria. So those are the sweet spot for us. So we focus on them. Then we get that database, and it is automatic. Okay, so Lead Builder is, of course, you have to give the criteria and build the database. So once you set the signals and intent, it will automatically bring the company, and it will auto enrich the company, and it will also auto enrich the contacts in that company, and then build a list for your campaign. So one is you give the criteria, which is through Lead Builder. The second way is to you identify some signals, and then using those signals, you add certain companies into your funnel, right? So these are ideally two ways where we have done the whole Clay setup, right? Shan, you want to like quickly show the tool itself in terms
Yeah,
of how to do that?
yeah. So this is a LinkedIn signal trigger. So basically, the trigger is looking for a marketing agency. So this is our primary keyword to search on in LinkedIn. So I added this. So this is just a Clay's inbuilt option to get the latest data from LinkedIn. So that is why we added 2025, 6 and 24. So this is our looking for a marketing agency. We are not in a pro plan, so we are in a basic plan. So I figure out a way to get the data from LinkedIn, which is site is linkedin.com/post. So when we write like this, we only get the LinkedIn data, right? So I just added a random number of results and language and country, and the frequency is daily. So every day in a particular time, it will run this whole sheet again. Once again, it will search on LinkedIn, then it will give you the results, right? That is how it works. So here also we done some research. So basically, from a LinkedIn post profile, I'll find the person's LinkedIn profile, then I'll scrap the data, the company and everything. Then finally, we'll trigger that particular company's ICP or not. Then we'll get a Slack notification. Finally, we'll send them an email and LinkedIn outreach.
Show the Slack notification. Yeah, like how
Yeah.
we get the Slack notification.
Yeah, this is how we get the notification here. So first thing is just a signal detected. Second is company name, then the LinkedIn profile and the website, then industry, then employee size. What is the type of company? So mostly we will be mostly focusing on B2B SaaS. So yeah, these are the signals that we are getting from this Clay to Slack.
How do you get the email ID if they have not shared it in a post? Okay, now I'll explain that also. So once we have, I'll explain the before process. So one is intent and signals. So what is an intent? We all know somebody who's actively in the market for a product or a service that you're offering. Okay, and that can happen through SEO, that can happen through Google Ads, and that can also happen through communities where people are asking for agencies or people products and stuff, right? It can also happen through social. It can happen through multiple places. Okay, these are actual intent. So you capture that intent. Okay, that's one side of things, right? And of course there are signals. Signals are basically examples of signals are one, somebody raised money. If you're selling to a funded SaaS company, somebody raised the Series A, Series B, Series C. Okay, and somebody who's hiring, ideally, case where somebody is hiring for a performance marketer or SEO, marketer, right? They're like that. There are hundreds of signals. Okay, so you identify signals which is closer to you, and then you also can add those accounts, companies into Clay. Okay, and ask Clay to enrich that account information and contacts in that account. Like, to answer Lakshmi's question, so now I have 10 companies, and I can ask Clay to identify contacts that I want to sell for in that company. If you're a marketing agency for us, we'll identify all the marketing contacts. Okay, and if it's a very specific service, if that profile has a link, and that profile link will, whoever posted that information on LinkedIn itself, that profile also link, using that link we can identify that person, and that person's email ID, and then other details can be also added. That's very straightforward. Okay. If you don't know the person, if you know only the company name, you can add a bunch of people you think are relevant. Basically, for us, it's marketing contacts. So if any company, let's say there are 3 or 4 marketing contacts, we add those contacts and reach out to all of them saying, okay, you posted about this on social media, and I'm reaching out to see if we can talk, right? That's basically the message, right? So yeah, this is the first situation, which is intent. Sean, do you also have the signals where we bring information from Crunchbase for funding information? Is that,
No, Karthik. We are getting directly the funding information from Clay.
can you show that also?
Yeah, that is directly in.
Get confused with 36. Huh? 36 is the number you set based on credits. What is
Yeah, that
36?
is just the credit number. Yeah, per day I just need to send run 36 profiles. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a limit you set up, okay? Because we have credits limit, right? So you can't do an unlimited credit, right? It'll bring a lot of information.
Junks.
Yeah. Okay. In this, you have questions. Jawhar, you have question. Jawhar, Jesraj, please ask.
Yeah, For this uh, run, you have LinkedIn post fetched, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
So you are taking what kind of companies or people from these posts? You are getting people who are commenting on this based upon certain keyword. Is that right?
No,
No, we're
so
not
actually, sorry,
comment.
Karthik, I'll explain this. So here, what happened is, if a
Yeah.
person mentioning I'm looking for a marketing agency in the post, right, it will fetch the data directly from LinkedIn. This is how it works. After getting that post link, so we have right
Show the
then
post.
only we,
The
Show
one who
one
is
post.
posting.
Exactly.
yeah,
This is the intent. Okay. The one who's posting is the one who's actually looking for an agency.
yes,
Okay. Where have you defined that we need to fetch people who are posting posts related to marketing agency?
yeah.
It just showed,
Here,
no,
right,
it
I
just showed.
showed you in the signals. So that is our first step. So looking for a marketing agency. This is where we
Okay.
define the person is looking for a marketing agency or not. Yeah.
Okay. This is for everyone in the rows in the column,
Yeah,
right?
everyone in the rows.
Shan, show the funding information, how we had funding information.
Yeah,
One
one second.
example, we showed one signal example. We'll show one signal example. So another
Yeah,
signal is we validate funding information. So which means anybody who was funded in something, and okay, if there's a funding information, latest funding information available, that's for us another signal to reach out to them. Okay, so this can also be done. You can define whatever that number is for you. For us, we decided I think close to a million something.
yeah, Karthik, 1 million, above 1 million.
Most of the time, companies get funding 3 months earlier, but news appears. Yeah, that's okay. No, but how do you? This is a publicly information that you can scrape, right? If somebody has not announced funding, like there's no way to find that out. It's a publicly available information. If if Crunchbase is doing something announcement or some other this thing is announcement, and that's where we'll know that information. It's not some algorithm which can like go to internal systems and fetch data. That's not possible. Okay, this is only publicly available. The information that you're seeing, all of this is a publicly available information. Cool. This is the signal side. Okay, quickly show the lead builder also. Right, I told you. So there are hundreds of use cases. Okay, don't get into. Please don't ask like how to do use cases. That is your problem. Okay, like for you, you will have to solve the use cases for. What we have solved for is, like I said, we have done one is intent based and other one is signal based. For signals also, we've done multiple signals. I'll probably show it to you. The second ideal way is everybody builds a list, right? So lead builder. So you add a bunch of companies based on some criteria. Okay, quickly show the lead builder. Okay, like what Apollo using Apollo, what you can do, you can also use using Clay, and you can also do multiple things on Clay itself. Quickly show the lead builder. Left hand side, if you see, spend a lot of time on this. So like this, you can build a functional whatever function based on title, based on level, based on experience, based on location. Okay, all of that you can do using the lead builder. You can use it for company also, and you can use it of course for the personas that you're trying to build, right? Like in here you see the persona, which is job function. Show the criteria for the company also, Sean. Like you see, this is lead builder where you can build a list based on the industry, based on industries to exclude, company size, funding amount. Here also you can build a funding amount. Okay, like revenue, company type, description, basically all of that. This is the lead builder side of things. Okay, either you do, you know, either you can build your own list, like I mentioned. Some of us want to run a specific ABM campaign. In that ABM campaign, you have a bunch of accounts, let's say 200 accounts that you want to target on. That's like you can build that list. Okay, you can have the company name or the website, which is a unique code, uh, and you can upload that website and ask Clay to build a list for you. Okay, which is you're targeting very specific set of accounts in marketing, like basically for targeting a 200 account or a 500 account in terms of the number of companies you're targeting, or the reverse also, which is okay. I want to find out signals, okay, and I want to reach out to people who has shown me these signals, okay, either on social media. It is also possible in communities. We use Slack also. In we use Slack communities where people are asking for a certain keywords questions like marketing agency or any specific keywords, like how you do keyword, like general keyword bidding on Google, or how do you do SEO for Google, right, for a specific keyword. Something similar also you can do for communities. I'm part of multiple communities where the people are always asking questions about certain things, or looking for an agency for doing HubSpot implementation, or looking for an agency to do SEO, right? Those information also can come here. Okay, so there are multiple ways you can find out intent. Okay, so with this, I want to move to the next step. Okay, so now research is done. Okay, you have a bunch of accounts, you have a bunch of contacts now. Okay, who you can sell to, who you can market to. The second part of this whole, okay, I'm going to split this into three areas, right? One is the research area, which is the research for everything you need to do research. The second area is the creation area. Okay, so creation layer is typically the content or a copy side of things. Now, right now, we'll only focus on the copy. Okay. The third thing is, of course, the distribution. Okay. Now, earlier you were using something for research, you're using something for creation, and you're using something for distribution. Now with Clay, research, distribution, research, of course, creation can be done in a single platform. Of course, we still use other platforms to distribute, which is Smart Lead, or like LinkedIn is LinkedIn. You can't bring into Clay. You have to go to LinkedIn and do something if you're still wanting to do LinkedIn automations. But yeah, practically that's how it is. Okay, so research, creation, and distribution. Okay, now the second part. Quickly, Shan, would you want to show the creation part? Like, give an example of what we've done for A overviews, and also the research that it does through SEMrush, right? Quickly,
Yeah.
just show. This use case, I'll give you an use case, and then Sean will show it too. Okay. So we are a marketing agency. So ideally, we sell SEO as a service, content marketing as a service, PPC as a service. And that we've asked a few questions, right? What is the intent or a signal? Or what can you do? What kind of research can we do to identify problems, and then solve that problem for somebody? Okay. So then we decided, okay, a lot of marketing information is public. So we went to SEMrush. Like we saw a lot of data from SEMrush. We did a little bit of analysis of the data, and based on the analysis, we reach out to prospects. Okay, that's one use case. Second use case is something similar, which is right now we're selling AI overviews and generative engine optimization as a service. So which means we are doing something similar, right? See how many mentions do they have on AI overviews, how many mentions do they have on ChatGPT. Okay, and then can Clay do research and then reach out to prospects. Okay, now this part is the creation part. Okay, now I want to convert this research into multiple formats, which is an email format, or a LinkedIn DM format, or maybe a landing page format. And there could be other formats also. Copy, very specific one-to-one personalized copy. There are multiple formats I can create using this research information. Okay, so now the research part also, there are two steps to the research part. Okay, one is you have done the company level research and the contact level research. And then the second level of the research is how can you, okay, this is only contacts, right? The research where you added contacts and company data. The second layer is where you add about that person, about that particular company. You do much more deeper research about that company. Okay, funding information enough, or is identifying only the company data is enough? I think it's not. Like, how do you differentiate? Anybody can find that information, scrape that information online, and then send a message to somebody, hey, saying that you reached. I mean, you raised money, and I want to sell something to you, right? That's very common, right? But then how do you differentiate yourself? That's the question that we want to answer for. Okay, so how do you find that information and use some of the research information to create something, which is what Shan will show you. Okay, Shan, quickly show the research information that we gather from SEMrush.
Yeah. So the first thing is I need a traffic data to validate their website thing. So first I'll take 3 months of traffic data, which is March, April, and May. So I find those traffic data with Smart SEMrush. So using this is Clay only. So basically, Clay has inbuilt tools like SEMrush a lot. So just in the enrichment, you can find SEMrush. Then also you can find the SEMrush traffic data and other stuffs also. Traffic analysis. So this is the first thing. So basically, this have a little bit setup to do that. One is you have to provide a LinkedIn, company URL, which is domain. So that is a unique code, so that you have to use. Second, you have to mention the display month. So if you need March data, then you have to mention 03, 2025 03. So then only it will give you the data, right? So for each tools, it will get a different credit. So for SEMrush, it will use 2. So with this data, we can get all the traffic details about everything, right? Here you can find paid search visit. Also, you can find how many time average time on site and average per page per visit and everything. So all the data you can find. So here I just need a little bit of data. So which is total visit, total user, direct search, and organic search, and paid visits. So these are the major data that I need to write an email. So I just segregated this all part, and also I write a prompt to validate this traffic data, which is his drop or growth. Are they dropped from their traffic? Are they growth in their website, right? So here, basically, we can see here. So on March, they are in 1,700. On May, they are on 678. Right? So which is a drop percentage. So with this, I can write a data. So this is not enough for me. So I have to get other data as well. Another one, I'm checking for the tech stack, right? Are they using Amazon or AWS or Salesforce or any HubSpot? What are the integrations they have and everything, right? I'm using this text build with to find out all the tech stacks. So for build with also, you can find out this in ad enrichment. So you just have to type build with. Then you can find build with here. So you can go with website tech stack or build with. I'll just go for the credit purpose. I'll go with this build with option. So here, right, you can use company domain. Also, you can use the keyword or category filter here. So mention, so if you need only Salesforce, then you can give only Salesforce here. It will search only the, if a company have a Salesforce or not, right? This is how it's works. Yeah, this is a last detected dead filter. Mostly I won't use this. So basically I'll go with just a keyword, right? For this also you will get a credit.
The idea for this is like you can do multiple things. Okay, so like you all know, build with is used to detect the technology tech stack on any website. And for us, quickly, Shan, show the prompt, right? Like, okay, now use three months information to ideally do for us, right? When you reach out to somebody, okay, like now AI cannot understand and do it. So which means now we have to validate whether they've seen a growth or a drop in the traffic. Okay, that's the second point. Okay, so now if it's a drop, you send an email. If it's growth, don't send that email. Okay, don't create a message to that particular, let's say, prospect. That's the use case for us. Okay, if it's growth, then we build another use case. Okay, if somebody is growing, then we ask them a different question. We say that your website, we've analyzed your website. Okay, you have a little challenge here and there in terms of conversion. We can do much better in terms of conversion. Are you getting 1% conversion or 2% conversion on the website? If you're getting 1% conversion, we can help you get that into 2% conversion. Ideally, in this case, you will get at least 2 times more leads. If you're getting 550, you might get 100 now, all of that, right? So different use cases. So the next obvious step is for us to validate that. Okay, drop or growth. Okay, if it's a drop, then what? Shan, show the drop. Okay, show the drop message. Then you have to create a copy for them. Okay, so what kind of a copy? This is a copy. I saw total visits and organic search have both dropped 32%. You can use number, you can use percentage, like that is up to you. Okay. So yeah, overviews and LLMs now drive visibility, will pipeline Astra, whatever, right? It's a very simple copy that mostly works. Like you have to, the logic of writing an email copy, of course, there are best practices. 4 lines is a best practice, readable, all of that. Okay, so now use prompt to create that. So I'll quickly show the prompt also for like, show how we've done that.
Yeah. So yeah, we just give a prospect name and company name. So this is the prompt, right?
Yeah.
So
create the prompt. Yeah.
Should I read that?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
So first of all, we have to mention the how big the email has to. So here I just mentioned 55 words, only for decision makers, right? Use the company specific details provided, the tone direct and clear and conversational, no fluff, no repeated phrase, and no subject lines. So why is no subject line is we are using smart lead, so that is a different case. So that is why I'm creating a different subject lines. Do not mention about paid ads structure. Why? Because we are writing for the organic way. So we don't need to mention the paid ads. So I'm because of that I'm mentioning. Then structure. So mention traffic drop clearly with numbers. Mention last blog activity date. Include a proven case study with the real research. So which is our case study. Then end with a short and strong CTA asking if they want to explore some outcome. Right? I give the case study. Then I'll also mention AI overviews and LLMs in the trend now. So this is the prompt. So you can also give the social proof separately. Also, you can also add the additional information. So here also I mentioned the same, just in case if AI gets some kind of errors and didn't give me a right output. So I just add an additional instruction also. The same instruction, max 55 words, then tools like organics and total visits and everything. That's it, Karthik.
Okay. this is one use case. And can you show the A overviews also just quickly? Okay, so the logic again, right? We're also testing. Okay, there's no right way, wrong way to do any campaign, right? So now in this case, I want to scrape data from G2. I want to scrape 40, 50 companies from G2 itself for every category. G2 has multiple categories, right? Thousands of categories. So each category is scrape data, and then we find out out of the 50 companies, we want to find out who has the best A mentions. Okay, so we want to use the FOMO and see the multiple ways you write a campaign, you create a campaign. You can use FOMO, you can use clear outcome related, which is value prop. Right? There are so many formats you can think of, creating a campaign. Okay, now this is a FOMO campaign. So we want to use competitors' mentions to reach out to prospects. Okay, so I see a competitor again. Shan, show where you have the mentions itself. No, some campaigns we also mention how many mentions they have,
That is
right?
on
Like
Google Sheet only, Karthik. Can I open it?
okay, yeah, please just quickly maybe one use case. Okay, some of them we download to make sure that we send this information to LinkedIn also. We use a tool called Unipile. Yeah, one use case this, right? We also do a little bit of research about one competitor. This is a lot of lesser effort compared to the other ones because the other ones takes a lot of credit. This campaign also has been working well for us. So I see your competitor iSet is doing very well on A overviews, Geo with about 1.9k mentions. We help Atline have a stage like something similar, right? Now you use one information, one top competitor in that particular space, and mention them to also reach out and get replies from multiple people, right? You can send this to 50 other companies because this is a top competitor who's got a lot of mentions. Okay, so this is another use case we try. Yeah, quickly go back to Clay itself.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we are doing this. Now we are generating the LinkedIn message like LinkedIn also. So we send this messages on typically outbound campaigns. We send it on email and LinkedIn. Okay, so I'm not going to show the LinkedIn does like how basically this is how it is created. We use a tool called Unipile to connect with the LinkedIn and then send messages on LinkedIn itself. Okay, that's another use case. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is a
this is
paid
for
ad.
paid ads. Yeah, Karthik,
Yeah,
this is
sure.
paid
Yeah.
ads.
Yeah, the use case again, right? You get so you're already doing something, but see for anybody, always any problem. I mean, for anybody in the world, right? There are always some problems to solve for. Even if they're running ads, like I said, even if they're growing, there's always a conversion problem. If they're getting good leads, then of course there's a sales problem. These leads are not converting into sales as they wanted. So in this case, they're getting let's say 570 clicks. Okay, then we are asking questions whether you're getting enough conversions. Are you happy with the conversion? Most of the time, people say no, like I'm not happy with the conversion because everybody always wants better results. So you send this to a founder or CEO, most of the time they say that they're of course not happy with what is happening right now. They want more leads, right? And every founder and CEO always want more leads, more conversions. So yeah, this is another use case. So these are some use cases we've been trying. Okay, then like I said, distribution link. You have an Unifier like connector, or do you want to still show the? Okay, let's see one more, right? We want to,
Smart
can we
lead.
use this information? No, let's distribution will talk the final part. Okay, now can you show the landing page we have built for this, like one use
Yeah,
case that you shared it. So
it's
now we are also building a landing page. Yeah, like ideally how to use this is where are you building? Bolt, right?
yeah, it's Bolt.
Okay, so now we want to push this information into a landing page which is very specific to that particular company. Okay, now of course right, don't look at the company. So like basically copy, of course the landing page has a proper structure, so we use that structure to create something. Still very early, it can be better. So the information that we found, we want to create a specific page for every company. Okay, now I can also create a specific page for each prospect as a person. Like every prospect we can create a separate page. Okay, go up a little. So the this is a very common, like of course you can also mention data everything which is based on the prompt. Okay, so we can give better prompts to have the H1 the hero section, but like we're trying now, so which means like we'll try and get it better. So here is we found what's slowing down legal's growth. Here is a fix. RevvGrowth analyze your traffic, content, and marketing channels. Here's what we found and how can we accelerate growth. Right, book a call. It comes to me. Go up. Okay, so what's not working on legal's website? The problem, the solution. Okay, that's the structure. Traffic is rapidly declining. Minus 70% total visits March. Organic search is like 91% decline. Blog content is sparse. Like they've last updated on February 18th. Okay, no consistent pattern, right? And paid ads not running. LinkedIn ads, like Google ads not running, paid ads also not, LinkedIn also not running. Go. So here is RevvGrowth will fix SEO and organic fixes. Okay. So target long tail complaints keywords, which is very specific to that particular team itself, like GDPR automation, NIS2 readiness. I don't know what that is. NIS2 readiness. I know GDPR automation. Okay. So talking their language now, create SEO landing pages around pain points and use cases, improve blog cadence 4 to 6 months to recover organic traffic, which is the problem, which is the solution, right? Paid acquisition, set up and optimize Google Ads and LinkedIn Ads, create funnel specific. There's nothing, so we're not picking up any existing problem. But SEO, we picked up the existing problem. Messaging and conversion, clearly homepage, clarify homepage, add proof of point, like stronger CTAs. These are some, basic. These are dynamic. Right? There are two ways, right? One is the dynamic and the static. The static is some of them has static information, a lot of them is like moving around dynamic, right? Go down a little. Yeah. I'll tell you distribution. Okay, like I'll finally answer the question how we do that. Go up. Yeah. So end to end, why do you need RevvGrowth? It's all fluff only. Okay, you can be much more customized. Go down. Yeah. How we solve this, which is the use case 4x MQL in 21 days, like pipeline without extra spend, website traffic jump, pipeline value added, like which is basically the social proofing, right? Yeah. Go down a little. Yeah, let's fix this together. Okay, this is the information that we found. Like I said, research information has to be created into some format, which is like a copy format. Okay, when it is conversion, you create a copy format, and when it is some other things which you can also create as a distribution in a content format, it's up to you. And you can use this information to also create a post. You can use information to also create a blog or multiple formats you can do. Okay, but like I said, it's definitely conversion. So yes. Okay, so these are some formats we've experimented with. Okay, now when it comes to distribution, okay, so how we distribute, Shan, now you can show the smart lead, right? Yeah, integrated, how it is integrated with if you use smart lead to send email campaigns. Okay, we use make and unipile to send LinkedIn DMs. It's all automated. Okay, and we use bold to create landing pages. So all of this information, like I said, now it cannot be, Clay cannot do distribution. Clay only can do the research part and the creation part. Okay, it has to be still distributed on the channels, because channel is very specific to, like, what I mean, if you're running a Google ads campaign, of course Google has the control. If you're running a meta campaign, if you're running a LinkedIn campaign, right, these are all third party platforms which doesn't have, which cannot, Clay cannot control that. Okay, somewhere you have connectors, and a lot of the platforms doesn't have connectors. We still depend on the social platforms to run a lot of campaigns. Okay, and like I said, email also needs a lot more effort. Smart lead is what we use for sending emails, right? Show quickly on how the smart lead is done.
Yeah, so here, right, so we have to add lead to campaign. So before this, you need an separate API for smart lead, so which is you have to buy the tool, then you can add and just add lead to the campaign. Yeah, so it's added now. Then you have to connect the smart lead with Clay using API. So that is I done. Then I have to map the emails, like what is the first name, last name, phone number, website, what are the data we have here. Here, right, we have this data, so we have to mention this. So if you didn't mention the first name, then it won't take this first name as a, will always write a message, right, hi first name. So that first name will be update to here. Like if we do like this, then it will take the first name, or else it won't take. Yeah, here you have to add like this for each and every rows. For emails and subject lines, you have to add as a custom fields. So custom fields also you can add email one. Then I wrote an email for that. Yeah, here, right, I added for the content and SEO email. So I have to add the email one here. Then the custom column has been created, right? So this is how you have to connect through smart lead to Clay, right? Once you added this, just you have to run click, right? It will add the campaign and everything for you. But before that, right, you have to select the campaign and create the campaign in smart lead. So I added here. Yeah, so this is a webinar campaign sequence I added separately here. So in Clay also, I just have to mention this sequence here. Yeah, so I added right campaign ID, which is webinar campaign sequence. So I have to add here. So I have bunch of campaigns. So whenever I need it, then I'll select that and send out a campaign. Right. This is one. Second, we have to add to the campaign. So just I'm adding 3 to 4. Yeah, these are the leads I already scheduled an email. So that is why it's not adding that in the smart lead, right? So I think we added 4 more. So here I just have to
Okay, I
refresh.
think it's okay, Sean. I think we are also running short of time.
Yeah,
Okay,
so that's it actually.
yeah, can you also can you guys show the Unipile make automation if you have?
Yeah, one sec. I'll
Yeah,
just,
how to send it on LinkedIn? Yeah.
yeah, one sec. Okay. So do you want to explain that?
No, no, 2 minutes just show because I think we also have only 14 minutes left.
Okay, got
Okay,
it.
you show the yeah.
Yeah, so before that, I'll just explain one thing.
Hmm.
So here in Clay, right? So I added this data as a row here. So you can find that column here. So even if you search in the ad enrichment, right, you can find out Google Sheets. Like how we add a smart lead, you can also add Google Sheet and connect as a add row or look up add or update row or look up a row. So whatever you can do. So once you added, you have to create a header first in the Google Sheet. Then you have to connect all the data with the Google Sheet. Then it will add. So once we get all the data in Clay from Google Sheet, then only this LinkedIn process is starting. So first of all, we'll take the LinkedIn URL from Google Sheets. Then we'll connect with Unipile. Then we have to segregate the different details, right? Get the user profile ID and everything. We'll just get all the data through this Unipile. Then we'll start sending in LinkedIn connection and LinkedIn messages, right? Who all are not connected, we'll send them a connection request. Who all are connected already, then we have to directly send them an LinkedIn message. Right? This is how it works. Also, it will mention in the Google Sheet that we reached out to them or we didn't reach out to them. So are the connection requests sent or not? So all of the details can directly update from make.com, right? Once we send the LinkedIn connection request, it will wait for the follow-ups and everything.
Yeah, okay. Basically, the whole logic is like whatever you want to do, however you want to set up the workflow, you can do it. That's the logic. Some of the tools that is already there in the market, like Phantom Master, all of that, can still do this. But like I said, we don't want like separately. So all the information we gather, the kind of accounts we get from Clay or the kind of contacts we get from Clay, we want to like ideally integrate here. Anybody who's also filling a form with me, becoming a lead, okay, and we also send a request. So we're connecting now. So you automatically send a connection request to that particular person who's coming in as a lead. Okay. Yeah, that's
Cool. Yeah.
the background of this, right? And distribution. So I'm not. I mean, I'll talk about ABM also distribution. We are also able to push data using an ABM platform, one-to-one personalization into like an account level personalization. So you can now run ads for a particular account, which can talk about that account specific problems with the information that we've researched. Okay, that again we don't have time to do that. Maybe on a later call, like when I do a separate session on ABM, I can cover that. But yeah, with this, I think we are almost at the end of the session. I want to keep the next 10-15 minutes for Q&A. Okay, so anybody who hasn't, who didn't have an answer, uh, like who didn't answer for some of this, I see a lot of questions here. If you have, you didn't get answers for, you can ask me now. I can answer those questions.
There was a question from Ashutosh. The question
Digital.
was, let's say I want to run an account-based marketing program for one-on-one, where it's hyper-personalized based on a particular sector. Are there any thought leadership content that we can fetch on Clay from LinkedIn or any other source that show me a list of contact that have posted, loved a read? You can answer if this is relevant.
Yeah, we've answered this, right? So there's a bunch of things you can do. We already talked about the signal. Looking for a marketing agency, the signal, right? Like that. You
Okay.
can also, create a a bunch of let's say signals or some keywords, okay, where somebody is posting about, you can scrape all the data from LinkedIn or anywhere on the internet. You can scrape that information from Reddit also. You can scrape anywhere which has public access. You can scrape that information, okay, and even you can scrape that information from communities also if you have access to those communities. The answer is yes.
Works.
You can
Thanks.
take that information and then create a personalized landing page for them. Basically,
Mhm.
you have to, like in some cases, right? We ask also, I mean, Clay, we didn't show what we didn't show is we also kind of ask Clay to do research on certain, let's say, posts, right, about something they're posting about. For
Mhm.
example, if somebody is posting about AI in marketing, you want to scrape that
Yeah.
information, okay, and then send them that message if they qualify as an ICP. That also we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a similar use case only. So we can do it. You can do it.
Okay.
Okay. And you can use, if you're individually doing it, you can use Bolt to individually do it. Or if you want to automate also, you can use automation using like if you have hundreds of people, you can take that information and that is information. And then of course the research, like which is the industry research, and you can combine these two information to create a personalized one-to-one messaging on either on a landing page level or on a messaging, which is the email level or any other level, like anything you want to do as a creation. Okay. So hope that
Yeah.
answers your question.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, the landing page has been made by Bolt. I think we already answered that. Okay, this is impressive and worth exploring. Thank you. But then won't be building landing pages for multiple companies or individuals be resource intensive? No, that is not resource intensive. That is why we are automating this. There can be thousands of pages created by just click of a button. Okay, this is not resource incentive. Like earlier, it was it was a resource incentive. Like it is intensive, very intensive to create single landing page for everybody. Bolt can create a landing page in 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. Okay, once you give enough good prompt, it can create. So thousands of pages can be created. Clay, list building, yes, right. Okay, all of these tools using plate plans, which ones are free? None of it is for free except for Bolt now. Bolt also, if you want API, you have to pay. Okay, free tools are free tools, which cannot do like this.
Yeah, hi Karthik. You mentioned that you're using some tool for one-on-one ABM marketing, and I think you didn't mention a name.
Yeah, I don't want to mention a name because it's still very early. I'll tell you. Okay, like
Okay.
maybe in a
Cool.
level. Yeah, I will do a session
Well,
also maybe on the next call. Then you'll know that. I don't want to
okay.
name before like actually making this work. Okay, so it's probably just a few weeks away.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
For a custom software development company like us, the cold emailing model work for getting leads from Australia. We focus towards getting leads from these two countries. I don't know that. That's something that if you're good at this, then you will get it. If you're not good at, I can't comment on that. Okay, that you have to figure it out. Can you upload a list of company names and reach decision makers? Yes, the easiest. That's the most easiest use case, Sudarshan. You can upload a list of companies. You can upload a list of website domains and ask Clay to enrich all this company name and like decision makers on the companies. You can do it. Okay. Yeah. So I've answered
Uh,
some of these questions on the chat, but somebody has raised their hand. If you want to ask any question, please do.
Karthik, I have a question. Like at the starting of the point, you said about the scrapping of details from the intent and signals from
Hmm.
variable resources like Reddit or Slack community or anything. Like, are you using any of agents for these use cases or any other tools for this
Yeah,
purpose?
we can go. I think one is very easy to use is a Phantom Buster. Phantom Buster can also scrape data from communities. Okay.
Okay.
NA10 is a very powerful tool now. We've
Mm.
done a lot of NA10 work with scraping data from Reddit and other places. Okay, so NA10 is a very powerful tool to use now. It's a little complicated for marketers.
Mm.
Make is also something that you can use to get data from Reddit. You can see the keywords. You can define the keywords that you want. See anything like honestly, right? With the AI now, anything you are imagine you what anything you imagine, except for eating food or taking bath, right? AI can do. So it's really crazy now. All of this is agents. So we have agents and we have multi agents. Okay, one agent is doing all of this work. Another agent for me is also I mean, all the inbound inquiries that we get, we auto enrich those. We find out whether this is ICP or not. when it's not ICP, or whether they booked a call or not with me, whether they booked a call, if they had the call, if they had the call, they'll also look at Fireflies. In using Fireflies, we are also seeing whether we want to send a proposal or not. If we are sending, we want to send a proposal, a tool will automatically send a proposal to them. Basically, every use case you can think of, now agents can do. Hope that answers your question.
Hi, Karthik. So it's just a quick one. Since it's a bit budget constraints with regards to even using Clay, what are some tips that you would give with regards to at least saving up these credits? Since I have quite a lot of thoughts for these automations, right? So where can I save up the most of it? Could you probably suggest?
Very easy. So one for the SCM use case, we are using almost 8 to 10 credits. For the traditional that FOMO campaign I mentioned, which is the overview, we're probably using 1 or 2 credits, right? Sean, we are only using 1 or 2 credits there, right? We're doing 1 or 2 credits. Okay. Now, if the use case is very complicated, okay, then you will spend a lot more time. But if you don't do a complicated use case, do a very simple use case, you can do a lot lesser credit. 1 to credits is actually like what? How much money, Sean? 1 to credits, sir?
3 rupees, Karthik, per
3
year.
rupees. Yeah. If you're working in a company, I think like they can easily spend 3 rupees or something. If you're running your own company, and this is like the cheapest you will get. It saved me a lot of time and effort. I had 5-member team as an SDR, right? And a lot of the work that they were doing, now the tool is actually doing. I'm okay spending this much money on tools. Yeah.
Hey, Karthik, Daya here.
Hi there.
So, it's impressive, man, the workflow and other things. I just want one thing to understand. So, at the end of this workflow, can be straight away converted as a pipe and it shows you, how is it actually?
The end of this workflow, so now there's a distribution, right? Now you distribute to multiple channels, and still that's a lead. You have to still get them as a lead. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
So
comes as a lead.
It comes as a lead. No, so see, distribution is basically to get a lead. Okay. So
I understand
any channel you do campaigns on, which is an email channel or a LinkedIn or something, you will get responses. Okay. If you're in a landing page, you will get the call booked.
Yeah, I understand that. Post that, when you have a conversation started with the customers, maybe out of this 100 leads and these things, you would have started conversations with 50 customers. So those straight away fall into the pipe, or how is it actually? Or you have any actually?
Yeah, I do have, but that's a different. I do have. So most of the leads that come in, it reads my email, okay, and wherever we get that email or wherever we get the lead from. Wait, hold on. I can see if I can push this information. Okay, this is a prospect. Let's say email summary, meeting summary, next steps, pending from them, pending from us. This week's critical meetings, urgent action required, relationship health check, final status. Okay, and this is one data. And then there is of course another data which can convert some of them into pipeline itself. Like for example, life cycle stages. Instead of using a CRM, so it automatically converts into life cycle stages based on the lead status. If they have had the first call, second call, if they didn't do the call, if they didn't turn up for the call, they ghosted us. Like all that information is automatically converted into another place where we have a notion for that. Okay, I is my engineer. Yeah, the notion then tells me what to do. So we have a I don't know. I don't know whether I'm crazy.
Yeah, I think that is good. I mean that.
Yeah, this is we have built this chatbot. Okay, now I can interact with chatbot. I can say whatever the proposals we've sent in the last 5 days or 10 days. Can you name me this? This is a chatbot. So this basically all the information combined. It's a knowledge base for us. Okay. So again, it's still very early. But yeah, I mean the whole idea is to automate the whole process. Instead of asking me looking at information, I can go and ask chatbot like, give me the 5 proposals that I've sent last week and what is the value of the proposal, or give me the total pipeline, open pipeline, and give me the total value of the proposal sent. All of that I can do after this. But again, this call is only Clay. Like that's a different process altogether.
I don't know. I just want to know whether that extension gives you so that's where the real crux comes here.
Yeah, reporting, yes, of course. Smart Lead will give you reporting, and all of this data, we know exactly how many leads we got, how many people responded. All of that is a reporting, which will happen on Smart Lead. So the entire thing is tracked also. Okay, for automations we use make and unipile, right? You don't have to, if you have, you don't have to use those tools. You can also upload in Excel and then push that information also into somewhere else. Okay, so we are also at the end of the session now. If you have any one final question, please let me know, or we'll probably end the session. Yeah, we'll keep you updated. We have your email IDs, right? So you will start sending emails to on the next sessions. Hope that's fine. Thank you for joining the session. I think I've kept it under close to 1 hour. Really, this is not a 1 hour session. We did a whole day session with a huge software company. So there are a lot of questions and stuff. Ideally, I would love to do that, but we don't have enough time to do 1 hour session, 1 day session. So thanks for joining this. If you have any questions or any feedback for us, please let us know. And please do follow us on LinkedIn. We'll post updates. You can follow me. Yeah, please share my LinkedIn profile and RevvGrowth profile. Thanks a lot for joining the session, guys.